Hi everyone, it's Laurel O'Sullivan, your Astro Advocate, here to talk to you about key energy shift happening this year, this week. Uranus going direct today, January 14th. And the reason this is a key aspect for the year is because Uranus is a big player energetically this year. Uranus is the great interrupter. It's the liberator. It's here to help us become who we were born to be, not who we were conditioned to be. It's the higher mind. It's the great liberator. It gives us an eye towards the future. And basically, it wants to shake things up. And yes, things have been shaken up. Boy, are we all feeling the shocks and surprises. I'm sure you're feeling it in your life, in the world, certainly here in the United States with the disruptions we've been experiencing. And it's easy with Uranus to get caught up in the fears. So in this video, I want to give you some tips and guidance on how to work with this energy because as I said, it's going to be here with us all year, wanting to move us forward. It's one of the rulers of Aquarius. Remember, we have Saturn, the timekeeper, moved into Aquarius this year. And that is on December 21st, along with Jupiter. So that is the dominant energy. And some say we're now square in the middle of the age of Aquarius, and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, one of the co-ruler, along with Saturn. So we can't escape this energy. But we also need to learn how to soothe ourselves because we experience Uranus often as, because it's almost an electrical impulse is how the energy of Uranus, how we feel the energy of Uranus. It's electric. So becoming grounded, creating safety in our lives as we move through this energy is really important. So Uranus has been retrograde for about 5 months. And it does this every year. It spends about half the year or less in retrograde motion, which simply means it slows down. It does not mean it's actually going backwards, but it's an opportunity for us to reflect on the energy of that planet and to internalize that energy. So a lot of us have probably been doing some thinking since last year about what are the big shifts? Where do I want to break free in my life? And now we have the opportunity with Uranus going direct to actually materialize that, to bring that into fruition in the world. But because Uranus is a very erratic energy, we need to be mindful of how we do that. And we need to be mindful not to get caught up, as I said, in the fears, because it wants to propel us towards the future. And there can always be a danger of moving too fast. Some more information. Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It doesn't like change. It wants solidity, it wants predictability, and it wants comfort. It wants us to feel safe and connected. So you can see how, depending upon what sign of planet it is in, it can become a little bit more uncomfortable. So today we have this planet going direct, and things can feel a little more intense and disruptive. Like I said, Uranus is forward energy that can sometimes take us spinning off in different directions. So it's important that we stay focused and grounded and connected to our senses. Taurus is an earth energy. It's of the 5 senses. It wants us to feel comfortable. So these are opposing energies. The Taurus is about comfort and safety and stability and going slow, and Uranus is about moving at lightning's quick speed, unpredictable, and isn't necessarily concerned with our comfort because it wants to liberate us. So growth occurs when we're able to be comfortable with the discomfort. So the important thing here with this energy is not to avoid it. And again, it's going to be here all year. I made another video that you can find below that talks about the key energetic aspect this year is the square that's happening for everyone between Saturn and Uranus, which is the past and the future. So this is a key theme, and having it go direct is going to magnify that energy. I'll include a link below where you can watch that video. So learning to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. We can get attached to a certain way of living and the stability that it provides. And so this is a year after last year, which was awakening us. This is a year that wants to move us forward. but we're going to feel like we sort of have one foot on the brakes with Saturn and 2 feet on the accelerator with Uranus. And so we need to find a way of grounding ourselves and staying in the middle. And as I said, Uranus is making a square to these different planets, and I'll talk about those in a minute because it's also making squares to Jupiter. So when we have a square, this is a box. It's literally represented as a box on your chart. It's a 90-degree angle between two planets, but it's internal. So where are you boxing yourself in or arguing for your own limitations, and how can you move out of this box that's occurring for you? So it's important to know where Aquarius is and where Taurus is, because Uranus is in Taurus for everybody. So we need to think out of the box, be willing to move out of the familiar. Do you have the tools in place in your life to be able to soothe yourself, to ground yourself, and to have the ability to let go of things that maybe have outlived their purposefulness in your life, whether those are possessions or people or situations like a job, because the more we attach to something we've outgrown, that's the source of our suffering and our pain. And the pain multiplies when we are trying to move away from it. So it's important and very hard to be with our pain. So we have a remedy for this. And that remedy, as I said, is coming back into ourselves, into our body, becoming grounded. So on January 17th, there's a square that's being made between Jupiter and Uranus. So Jupiter is going to increase all of this energy that I've talked about, because Jupiter is the great magnifier. And so any of the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, this year are going to feel this more, because fixed signs don't want to change. They are about their strength is they give us the resilience and the persistence to see things through. But the shadow side is that there can be a resistance to change. So these signs in particular are going to be feeling this energy more. There's an incredible pull between speeding up and slowing down. So again, important to move through it, to not try to push away the pain, but to find ways to comfort yourself, soothe yourself, and to become grounded in it. So there's a new moon this week. I created a video about that, a new moon in Capricorn that occurred also on January 12th. And it has this Uranus aspect to it, so you can listen to the video to find out more about that. And then on January 20th, we're going to have Mars and Uranus coming together on the day of the inauguration. And this is about suddenly breaking away, it can be an unpredictable energy about needing to be free, pent up energy. It can also represent an incredible creative breakthrough or burst of energy. Just know, as we move through this year and work with this Uranian energy, that on the other side of this, there is so much possibility, that's what Uranus wants for us, the highest possibilities for our lives. So the last thing I'll share with you is that we are being asked this year to let go of the life that we planned so we can live the life that is waiting for us. And that's a quote from E.M. Forster, and I heard somebody else share that this week, so I wanted to share that as well. It can be the hardest thing in the world to lean into the unknown, and yet that's what we are being asked to do. But when we understand how we're being supported to do that, hopefully it becomes a little less scary and a little more of an invitation to be on our path towards our highest growth. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in receiving more bi-monthly updates from me, I do have a newsletter and a free gift that I give away. If you wanted to sign up, the link is below. So thanks, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.